Good evening, everyone. We want to welcome you all out to Greene County Tech, home of the Lady Eagles. At this time, we'd ask for everyone to please rise, remove your caps and headgear, and face the west lobby where the American flag is proudly displayed for the singing of our national anthem tonight by senior Brianna Jordan here at Greene County Tech.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Once again, senior here at Greene County Tech, Brianna Jordan. Our first home game of the 2020 year will be taking on the Mountain Home Lady Bombers. Starting lineup for the Lady Bombers. Number 5, Leah Jackson. Number 22, Kate Gilbert. Number 24, Emma Martin. Number 30, Addison Yates. And number 33, Anna Grace Foreman. Now starting lineup for your Lady Eagles. Number 22, Kylie Stokes. Number 25, Emma Bates. Number 2, Brooke Barnes. Number 31, Brooke Justice. And number 33, Hannah Foster. Also want to welcome in the Greene County Tech Golden Eagle Band down there tonight, going to be playing for us. Always happy to see them here.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in tonight. We've got ourselves the exciting matchup between your Lady Eagles set to go up against the Lady Bombers. Mountain Home making a trip all the way over here. It's the first game of the year here in the the arena here. First game of the new year as we see Justice slicing for the cup. Oh, the unfriendly roll. But Brady, what are you looking forward to most about this matchup tonight?
Well, for everything we've heard so far about this Mountain Home team, they've actually got a pretty good team. They're 11-3 so far to start off the season, 0-1 conference play, but, I mean, we're right here in the first week of January, so they got a long season ahead of them. So do the Lady Eagles, but more than anything, I think I'm just looking forward to the fact that the Lady Eagles are going to be taking on a high-caliber team who they're going to have to compete against tonight. So I think more than anything, I'm just ready to watch this game here tonight, see how it turns out.
And you know, Brady, early in the season, or I guess the preseason, whatever you'd want to call it, non-conference play. We saw the Lady Eagles back in November, just early December, those times. We saw they had some rocky games. They didn't really come out, and it didn't really seem like their chemistry was really flowing like we're used to.
Right. And, you know, part of that, I would kind of split it up. I think part of that is due to early season jitters. Part of it may be due to, you know, everybody, all the coaching staff trying to figure out how they want to run this team now that we're getting into the nitty-gritty part of the season. And then part of it may just be, you know, these are some young kids out there playing. Some of them are juniors and seniors. Some of them are sophomores. Some of them, we've even seen a few freshmen play so far this year. So it's just a mixed bag. So I think tonight is really going to be their first big test. And, you know, we're a minute into the game and there's no score. So obviously our defense is doing pretty good so far.
We saw Brooke Justice now taking 2 shots and not made any of them so far. But like we said, she's an aggressor and she wants to score, and so she's going to take her shots. Don't make any shots you don't take.
That's right. I was sitting here trying to find where their last conference game was. It was Jonesboro. They're coming off a 39-30 loss last time out versus Jonesboro. My goodness, what a foul.
Oh, my gosh.
She gets up. Hats off to her, man. That was a hard charge she just took.
I don't know if you play Madden or not, Brady, but that right there, when you push the right stick forward on Madden, they call that a truck. Drop the shoulder, run through contact. So here we go. A mid-range shot off the inbound. Can't get it to fall, though. Rebound there by Foreman. Foul will be called, though.
I think that was kind of a make-up call right there. Green County Tech's number 33, Hannah Foster, she was going for the rebound behind the back of another Mountain Home Lady Bomber. So may have been a little bit of a make-up call.
Now we see Justice with it again. A spin move, maybe not effective, but it was pretty to look at. She loses the ball. First turnover of the night. And a circus shot gets put up, but another rebound from Foreman. Foreman dropping the shoulder and finally getting the bucket to go down.
Yeah, Lady Bombers finished with the bucket right there. I want to point that out. I had heard coming into this game, and in my research before the game, I found out that the Lady Bombers have some quick hands, so I would be careful when it comes to steals tonight. Let's be honest about it, Tech is known to give up the ball quite a bit, especially from what we've seen so far this season. So really going to have to watch your ball handling skills tonight.
And, oh, my goodness, Brady, I don't know if you've noticed it or not. Maybe the court's slippery. I don't know what's going on, but as you say right there, another loose ball and another steal, but then they turn it back over to the Lady Eagles. Brooke Justice 0 for 3 on the night now. And now we have 24. 24 is going to sit this one down to Foreman. Foreman in the paint. She's going to try to put up a shot. Hannah Foster's going to rebound it, though. Now here's Brooke Barnes bringing this one down the court. She's going to slow it down. Send it over to Bates. Bates is going to put it over in the hands of Justice. Justice thought about the 3. Instead, going to pass it off to Barnes. Barnes is going to drive, kick out to Bates. Bates from the 3. Ooh, too much on it. It's going to bounce off the back.
Yeah, that was a nice screen set up there by the Lady Eagles by Foster. Man, just couldn't get the bucket to fall out there. Oh, wide open.
Oh, my goodness. And so far, from what we've seen, Brady, it looks like Foreman is going to be the key. It's going to be the centerpiece for this offense for them tonight.
Yeah, well, she's the tallest player on the team by and large, coming in at 6'2", so she's got a foot of space between her and her other defenders out there. So
we have Justice. She's going to hand this one off to Bates. Bates going to come ahead and come up to the top of the arc here. She's going to hand this one back off to Foster. Finally finds 14. 14 throws up a 3. That right there.
Yeah, well, Tech hasn't been able to make a shot fall yet, but I'll say this much. Mountain Home's playing some fourth quarter game out there. They're playing rough and tough out there. A lot of pushing and shoving already here in the first quarter. So
yeah,
this is a tough game.
Yes, sir. The physicality is obvious early in this one. Now here's Martin. Martin trying to find something here at the top of the arc. She's going to pass this one off to 30. 30 from beyond the arc. Bang! Yates there with the first 3 of the game.
No surprise there. Coach Dean's going to take a timeout. Yeah, you got to cover that three. There's no excuse for that. You got to cover that three, and now Lady Eagles down 7-0. They had one really great screen over here in this corner. My goodness. I completely forgot the pep band.
I was gonna say, Brady, did you know the band was playing tonight?
I completely forgot they were in here, but they have made their presence known now. But hey, this is great. What a way to kick off conference play this year. So I love having the pep band around.
Absolutely, Brady. And Brady, we saw a number 30, Yates, to hit that three. Sadly enough, we've not seen the typical number 30 in the NBA. We're used to seeing hit threes. He's been injured, Steph Curry, a lot this season. So, I thought I'd bring that up. We're used to seeing the number 30. That's the sharpshooter usually.
Maybe you can be like Steph Curry and go talking to somebody trying to recruit them to the Golden State Warriors. I don't know if you saw that this week, but he was talking to Giannis over there on the sideline.
If I'm any team, I don't know if I wouldn't try my shot at recruiting Giannis.
That's exactly what I told somebody the other night. Just a part of the game.
So here we see Yates is going to put this one down for Foreman. Foreman drops it, and man, they're going to have to do something about her tonight because I don't think anyone's going to be able to. So far from what we've seen, she's got 6 already on the night. So got to find something to combat that.
She's got the size factor on you, so you don't have anybody on your bench, nobody anywhere to stand up and guard her.
What a pass!
And couldn't make the shot fall there. Gets the rebound, puts
Hollis
it back
there
up.
for the cleanup, but can't get it to fall. But she will get the foul call. But yeah, what you were saying, Brady, she being 6'2" provides a bit of a mismatch on matchups.
It does, and so quite honestly, you're just going to have to try and physically wear her out, make her run, make her. Tech is known for playing a fast-paced game, and quite honestly, that's how they get a lot of their points in each of their matchups is in transition. We saw a lot of that last year, especially in conference play. So you're just going to have to move the ball tonight and get around her or get past her and just physically wear her down in order to stop her from being a threat.
Almost maybe go about the route of saying, if you really want her to be the centerpiece of this offense, okay, let's see it. How much can she carry this offense?
That's right. And second free throw, good as well. Carly Hollis with the free throw on that one. So, hey, Tech's got their first points on the board, 2-9. Still very early on in this ballgame.
Yeah, and you see, I don't know if your first points of the night, if it's a good thing they're coming from the free throw line. And, oh, my goodness.
Let me tell you, Caden, and you've heard it before, you've heard the saying championships are won by defenses. That's true in most sports. Let me tell you, championships are won at the free throw line in basketball.
You're right. And if you saw that right there, Brady, they passed it down to Foreman in the paint. And as soon as she tried to do that little drop step, she tried to drop it back into the paint, she was met by 4 Eagles.
Yeah, and see, that scares me right there because they had a good look at a 3 right there, and luckily it airballed and was just off target. But, yeah, triple covering somebody, that's dangerous.
So we see Brooke Justice throw up another circus shot. We laugh at it when we say that, but Brady, we know she's going to end up hitting one. I mean,
oh, yeah. It's just a matter of when and where and how much time is on the clock.
She decides to take a walk down the lane there. I mean, I couldn't count how many she took, but she took quite a few. I was just waiting for the travel.
Yeah. I don't know if you noticed, Caden, but we also got a court cam tonight, so that'll be
roaming
different
camera.
angle.
Yes, sir. A roaming camera will spice up the broadcast quite a bit. So here we have D-Hart now, top of the arc. She's going to dish this one over to Barnes. Now in the hands of Hollis. Hollis almost loses her dribble, gets it back, finds Barnes. Barnes driving through contact, finishes.
Yeah, nice. that was a great play right there by Brooke Barnes. Just way to finish in traffic.
That's a tough bucket. Like, don't let anyone tell you different. That was a hard-earned bucket. So here we are, another 3. Oh my goodness, that was pretty. Gilbert with that shot there, and she shot one earlier, didn't make it, but same shot, same spot, different result. So now here's Justice. Justice thinks about driving, dishes it off to Barnes. Barnes thought about the three, drives inside instead. Oh, and she gets blocked.
Yeah, just trying to throw up the teardrop right there. And I'm telling you, Mountain Home, it's not just Foreman who's got the size factor. Mountain Home's number 10, Abigail Hodges, she's got a little bit of height on her too. So oh man, Brooke Justice just trying to make it go in, trying to force it in. As
Maybe
a matter
a little
of fact.
cold.
Yeah.
They're going to kick this one back out to Gilbert. Gilbert throws up a three. Bang! Wow. I think that might be something she's pretty good at. We might want to make some adjustments.
A note of that.
So here we are. And like you said, Brady, that Mountain Home, they are a big team. And oh my goodness, look at just
quick hands.
The speed on those turnovers there. She's going to dish it down to Freeman. Freeman's going to make a few people miss before finally going up for that shot. Foreman.
Another time out there by Coach Dean and the Lady Eagles. Yeah, it's obvious just within the past 7 minutes, Mountain Home's got the size factor on us. And so, like I said earlier, your only way to try and battle back in this ballgame is to score in transition and score at the free throw line. Draw the foul as much as possible.
And I mean, even the people who are lacking height on this Mountain Home roster, they all play big. And you can tell early in this one, they're showing the physicality that they have. Every loose ball that's on the ground or on the court, on the floor, they're going after it. They're not scared of it. I mean, the contact, they're not scared of roughing themselves up on the court floor, sliding across it,
Hey, I'll give credit where credit's due. Every turnover Tech has had so far, there has always been at least 2 Lady Bombers right on the ball to scoop it up.
We see Floyd cut straight up through the middle of that lane. She's going to get a shot from beyond the arc. Ooh, too much on it. It's going to bounce off the back lip.
Yeah, I was feeling the pressure out there. She had to shoot it a bit quicker than normal.
Here's number 11 here for the Lady Bombers. That's Emily Payne. She's going to slow this one down. Take her time here. She's finally going to find Foreman. Foreman searching. Some defense being played there by Hollis. Put a little pressure on her. Now here's Martin with it, guarded by Barnes. She's going to make her way over to her left.
Oh, nice handoff there.
I didn't even see it. That was so smooth.
Oh, look at that. Way to find the passing lane.
Oh, and she just put a little too much on that one. Yates wanted that one to go in. The unfriendly roll, though. Here's Hollis. Hollis finds Bates. Bates, oh my goodness, I think was trying to throw up a shot, but as the buzzer sounds, the Lady Bombers lead 17-4.
Yeah, there was some grumbles from the Eagles side of the arena right there in the final seconds. I think the referees were just kind of letting them play a little bit. But beyond that, it's just been a rough game so far. I mean, very physical game, a lot of pushing and shoving going on. Yeah, I'll say this about the pep band, Payne. It does kind of give it that college feel, you know?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah. Could you imagine, it won't ever happen, but could you imagine having the pep band in here, when we're playing Paragould or something like that? I think that'd be great. It'd definitely fire up the crowd, but it'd be really loud in here.
I'm about to say, playing Paragould, this place gets pretty packed. I don't know.
That's right.
There might be standing room only.
Yeah, so pretty rough start for the Eagles to start off this game. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments Coach Dean is going to try and make to try and get some more points on the board. But here we go in the second period.
So now here's Payne. Payne's going to see herself with it again in the corner there. She's going to dish it back off again to Gilbert. Now here's Gilbert with it again. Gilbert from three. Ooh, too short on that one. Rebounded by Martin. Martin tried to get it to Gilbert. A little miscommunication, but Payne's there to get it. Back in the hands of Payne. Thought about the three. Gives it back to Gilbert. Back to Payne. Just looking for the best shot. Gilbert lets one rip from
Wow.
3. Bang! Hey,
Impressive.
I don't know if we should leave her often, or I don't think we should leave her open very often.
Very impressive shot right there. That was
She's
pretty far out there.
She's got 9 points on the night, and all from beyond the arc. Here's Bates with a nice bounce pass over to Stokes. Now a 3 from Barnes. Can't get it to fall, and the rebound goes straight into the lap of Martin. Martin goes up with it, can't finish. Rebound almost gathered by Gilbert down there, but instead it'll end up in the hands of Barnes, or excuse me, Yates was the one there trying to get that rebound.
Good rebound and just a good grab there by Floyd for the Lady Eagles, keeping it in their possession.
Jackson back into this one, going to give Yates a break. Now here's Barnes. Barnes cutting, kicks this one out to Floyd. Floyd not beyond the arc, but will shoot a deep 2. No good though, it'll end up in the hands of Martin now. Martin thought about the 2, sends it out to Payne. Payne from the corner, too short. She's gonna try to reload and hit it again, and bang! She gets it. If at first you don't succeed, try again.
Yeah, got her own rebound, and just nobody willing to go up there and block her for the Lady Eagles.
Now here's Stokes. Stokes gonna shoot one from 3. Bang! Right in the face of a Lady Bomber. So now here's Martin with it. Martin gonna drive to the left, hand this one off to Payne. Hiding in the corner there. Now he's gonna put it back over in the hands of Martin. Martin from 3, too short. Bates with the rebound. And oh my goodness. A showing of those quick hands, Brady, that the unsuspecting Lady Eagle not paying attention and almost had the ball stolen right out of her hands.
Yeah, Leah Jackson with the quick hands there for the Lady Bombers. I'm telling you, we haven't been keeping track of team points yet and when they've been happening, but I would assume to say that most of the points scored here tonight have come off of stolen balls by the Lady Bombers.
Now here's Stokes. Stokes going to kick this one out to Barnes. Barnes drives, kicks back out to Stokes. Stokes with a pump fake, drives down baseline, tries to bounce it over to DeHart. Ran out of gas, though.
That was a mix of IQ and just good. Lady Bombers sink a 3 right there. But on the defensive end of that run right there by the Lady Bombers, as we have another timeout by Coach Dean. Anna Grace Foreman, man, what presence to step to her left. She's 6'2", so she's got long legs. So she just moved right over, blocked the passing lane.
Right, yeah. And
Tech had to basically throw it out of bounds to get it around the goal. And it got stolen right there.
That right there was just
run.
That right there was just pure using that baseline as
another man.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, so 26-7. Obviously, not the score you want to see if you're the Lady Eagles, but still a lot of time left in this game. That's all I'm going to say. Time is not a factor yet. Now, adjustments have to start being made right now. So there's got to be a difference start being made right now if you're Greene County Tech and if you want to just battle back into this game. By this point, you're not even worried about trying to get the lead or anything like that. No, you just want to get some points on the board.
Right. You just want to show me something out here is what Coach Dean's got to be telling the kids is, maybe this just isn't our night, but show me something. Like, regardless of what the outcome of the game is, we see Barnes launch up a 3. Oh, my goodness.
Off the glass.
She went to the bank to catch that one in. But, regardless of the outcome of this game, just show me something. Like, show me that we can play as a team. Show me some chemistry out here.
Oh, believe me, when it comes to coaching, these are the kind of games where you see who your true players are.
Oh, my gosh. And Martin from beyond the arc now. She's getting in on the party. She hits her first 3. So now here's Barnes conducting the offense, trying to see something positive out here. DeHart almost loses her grip on the ball, but manages to get a hold of it. Now here's Stokes. Stokes is going to drive, kick to DeHart. DeHart loses the ball again.
She was going to turn it over either way there. She lost the hand. It was either going to be traveling, but she kicked it off her leg, so it goes out of bounds.
So just simple things right now, just simple mistakes with what we're seeing. Stumbles, and I mean, with the score.
Well, Tech is just very timid with the ball. I mean, right off the bat, Lady Bombers came out here, stole the ball. I mean, before the first points were on the board, they stole the ball right in Tech's first possession off the tip-off.
Oh, my goodness, she's coming straight out of her shoe.
Oh. I wouldn't just slip it back on. I'd retie
I don't know if that's going to help anything, but Brady, what I was going to say, comment I was going to make was like, as we see Emma Bates think about the three, instead she's going to pull up at the last second, give it to Barnes. Barnes is going to drive now and bounce it straight off the face of Kylie Stokes.
Yeah, one out of bounds right there.
Brady, you know, we talk a lot about how the Lady Eagles in the past have relied on that quick pace and the threes and the ball movement and crisp passes and running through, manipulating the passing lanes, getting open shots. Brady, I don't know if necessarily, as we see Justice jump in there and knock a ball out, but I start to question if this team really has an identity, if they really know what they want to be out there, you know?
Well, they know what they want to be. I don't think that's the problem personally. Call we got here. Oh, the ball just got knocked out of place. No, I don't think it's an identity problem Tech has out there. Quite honestly, they're just playing a really good team. It's their first conference game of the year. They're playing a little bit timid out there. I will say that. Timid more than any other time we've seen this season. Hard charge right there. Nice call for the Lady Eagles. But, yeah, they're playing pretty timid out there, so I think it's just a matter of trying to figure out how to work around this big, tough Lady Bomber defense right now.
Just stumbling out the gate.
We had a great screen at the beginning of the game. I would love to see something like that set up again.
So here we go. We're going to see Gilbert. She's going to dish this one out to Martin. Martin tosses up a shot, and she gets it to fall. And Hollis going to try to get a shot to fall. Can't get that one either.
Just trying to volleyball it back towards the Lady Eagles.
Now here's Foreman. Foreman dips this one down to Yates. Yates in the paint, backs up, drops a step, tries to go up with it, but...
Okay, here you go. Here you go. You are getting a lot of good calls right now. Make Mountain Home give you the foul. Draw the foul here tonight on either side of the ball. Make them lay into you.
So here we see Barnes come straight up here. We're going to see Justice come across the face of that defense. Give Hollis a passing lane. Here comes Justice again. There we go, another foul called on the Lady Bombers. Maybe what we're seeing here is something that needs to happen. We need to see the Lady Eagles slow it down. And, I mean, maybe when you go down in a game like this, you want to scramble to try to get back into it. Just play your game. Take your time.
And timeout Lady Bombers. You know, going off that, I think slowing it down may help a little bit. If it means drawing the foul, from what I've seen here tonight, really in transition is going to be your best bet to score any points just in the game. If you slow it down too much, this Lady Bomber defense is going to eat them up, which is kind of what we've seen so far. Really what I've noticed just within the past minute or so, Lady Eagles defense has kind of been collapsing in on itself. That's not what you want as a defense. It doesn't matter if you're running man defense zone. It's built to expand and contract with the floor. It's made to fill in gaps here and there. Lady Eagles are letting it slide. I think they're so focused, and maybe it's something Coach Dean told them in the timeout. You know, stay focused, focus on your man, focus on guarding this person, that person, because they're shooting threes like crazy. Maybe it was something like that, but this Eagle defense is just kind of collapsing, and I think they need to get back to where they were at the beginning of the game.
Oh my goodness, what a pump fake from Martin there. Now here's Gilbert, finds Yates. Oh, such a good pass over to Payne in the corner. Hey, Gilbert has hit a couple of shots from that spot there tonight. She's gonna instead drive a couple of friendly bounces and gets it to fall.
Yeah, that was a great play right there. Great drive down low, easy layup.
Sends this one over to Bates. Finds Hollis. Hollis has some room. She's going to drive inside, gets it off the glass. Can't get it to fall. Will draw the foul, though. Send her to the line.
And Coach Dean going to make his point known about the foul, it seems like. Leah Jackson coming back in for the Lady Bombers. She seemed to make a difference early on in this game. Had a few of those steals. Turning up the heat. Lady Eagles, 2-on-2. There's the pass. There's the finish. And there's the foul. The trifecta right there.
Yates just waiting for that pass. Finds her down there in the paint. Takes it, goes up with it. Easy finish.
Yeah, this is what you don't want to see right here. You don't want to see Mountain Home at the free throw line. I've said it all season long. Free throws are free points. And you've given Mountain Home their fair share of points already in this game. Oh my goodness. Both players down. Both will pop up. Hard foul right there. Brooke Justice heads to the free throw line. I'm going to tell you, that's probably going to raise the tension on the court a little bit right there. I don't think Addison Yates for Mountain Home appreciated that too much.
Definitely didn't look like Brooke Justice there was trying to shy away from the contact. So with that right there, Brooke Justice gets her first points of the night.
Oh, here. Oh. Fooled myself right there. I thought Lady Eagles had a fast break going. No, it was just the ball going down the court.
So now here's Barnes. Barnes finds Bates, and
Another
oh my
foul.
goodness. Ref confused.
Yeah, originally it was called a foul on Greene County Tech. Now it's going to be on Lady Bombers.
Slight miscommunication. Here's Hollis. Gets it to fall.
Kylie Hollis, hey, she's perfect from the free throw line tonight.
Has 5 on the night. So now here we see Martin just sprints all the way down the court. Here's Gilbert from deep. We've seen her hit a couple of those shots tonight. And then when you press up on her, she's not afraid to drive in. Here he is. She's going to flip court side here into the hands of Payne. Payne now in the hands of Martin. Martin in the hands of Jackson. Finds Gilbert. Gilbert thinks about driving, backs out of it. Now here's Jackson.
Mountain Home going to go for the final shot, possibly, unless they get something that looks too appetizing.
Right here, it looks like they're just milking the clock a little bit. Now we're going to see Martin just toy with him a little bit here.
I know one thing, Tech needs to put their hands up a little bit more. Everybody's got their hands towards their sides. There's the foul right there. Oh no, over and back was called.
Wow.
Over and back was called. Coach Leonard for Mountain Home wasn't too pleased about that.
So now here's Bates. Bates finds Stokes. Stokes She had a clear path to the basket.
And here we go, Foreman with the ball. She could get the final shot.
That's
no foul called. Ball goes out of bounds and caught by one of the cheerleaders. Oh, that was just really funny how she caught it. Just didn't even move, didn't even try to get out of the way, just caught it.
Gilbert trying to make something out of nothing. An easy shot. Did she get it in time? Oh, my goodness, Brady. And if that doesn't sum up the first half, I don't know what does.
I think she thought she had a little bit less time than she did. She just kind of tossed it up there without shooting it, you know, with her forearm or anything. So, yeah. Anyway, that's how we ended the first half. 35-16 the score.
We'll be right back afterwards to finish this second half off. And here we are in the second half here.
All right.
A little bit of technical difficulties here early in the second half. Hopefully you can hear us now.
I think we're good now, Caden. So.
All right. So here we are. Here's Bates now with it being guarded closely by Jackson. Jackson playing some tight defense. Now here's Foster. Foster going to drive it into the paint, trying to turn around. Instead, he's going to kick it out to Bates. Bates finds Barnes. Barnes thinks about the three. Finds Stokes. Stokes searching, can't find anyone. Back to Barnes. Over to Foster. Back into the corner to Bates. Back into the hands of Barnes now at the top of the arc. She's going to find Justice. Justice finds Bates. Back to Barnes. Now into the hands of Justice. Now in the corner to Foster. Foster drives, then kicks over to Barnes. Trying to find a shot here. And sure enough, the turnover does come straight to the hands of Bates. Bates can't get a handle on it. It's going to go out of bounds. Now here's Martin to inbound it to Gilbert. Gilbert guarded by Bates. A little lob over to Martin. Martin has plenty of room. She's going to kick it over to Yates. Back into the hand of Martin now. Now here's Martin trying to find something. Foreman at the top of the key. Comes to set a screen. Now Gilbert's going to drive straight into the body of Stokes there.
And timeout in the court now. I mean, I really don't know what to say about that first minute. Not much has happened and no points were scored, so.
Hey, Brady, I can't read lips, but Coach Steen not thrilled.
Well, this is just a situation where obviously they talked about something in the locker room, and he didn't see it happening right here at the start of the second half. So before or right after the foul there, he was like, you know what, I'm going to take a timeout and tell them what they're doing wrong. That's what it comes down to.
But now here's Gilbert. Pass this one into the hands of Martin. Martin guarded by Justice. Oh my goodness, a ball almost picked off from Foster. Foster ends up with it. She's just gonna hold on for dear life.
Oh, they're gonna say it's Mountain Home ball though. Couldn't quite see. We had some fans going down the steps. I couldn't see what was going on, but an A for effort for Foster.
And now in the hands of Martin. Martin with a nice little, just stopped on a dime there. That was fun to watch. Now here's Gilbert. Gilbert thought about the three. She showed that she can shoot from out there. Now in the hands of Payne. Payne puts up a three.
All right. I like what I'm seeing right now.
We're seeing a lot more defensive effort.
We're seeing it. They switched to the man offense, or defense, sorry. Switched to the man defense after halftime. It's clicking right now. It's working so far. Now you just got to set up somewhere to let one of these people, like Brooke Barnes, get a three or something.
So now here they're trying to find that three. You can tell.
They are searching for it.
And now here's Bates in the corner again, back in the hands of Barnes. If you look at this Lady Bombers defense, just from up here, we have such a good view of it. And finally, Justice going to dribble in, throw up a floater. You hate to see that as a player. That goes straight into the basket, and then it bounces straight back out.
It's just the old saying, hey, you hit some, you miss some. And that's the beauty and the horror of basketball, is that the ball is not always in your control. It can mess with you sometimes. But I like what I'm seeing so far from the Lady Eagle defense. Traveling called. I like that call.
That right there is something good to look at. Brady, they gave Foreman space at the top of the arc, almost daring her to shoot. She didn't want the shot, so she took the space instead, but then she started to panic because she had to make a move.
Yeah.
So now here we are. Here's Bates. And like I was saying earlier, Brady, this Lady Bomber defense, from what we've seen, they all move so good together. Like, you watch this blue, they're not parting anywhere. And then we saw Justice earlier finally found a crease, and she could have had a shot, but she just missed it just barely. And oh my goodness, Justice gonna drop a shoulder there.
Yeah, Brooke Justice going for a shot. That was a good play right there. I liked the shot she was going for, but man, she had a man right in front of her, and Lady Bombers got their hands all over that one.
So here we are now. Gilbert going to bring this one up.
Yeah, Coach Dean's going to turn up the heat.
And
there's the foul.
Foul called.
That's the danger of doing that, though. I'm telling you, you don't want Mountain Home on the free throw line any more than they have to be, because they've already got a substantial lead. And what you've been doing so far is working out for the better. You've battled back a little bit.
So now, here's Yates, top of the arc, thinks about the three. Now she's going to drive through a lot of contact. Not going to get it to fall. Got blocked.
Yeah.
Here's Bates now. Bates searching, finds Barnes. Here's Foster, wide open in the corner for three. Bang!
I've been waiting and waiting for them to give the ball to Foster, because she has seen a lot more open shots than anybody out there on the court right now. I'm really glad she got that three-pointer out there.
And she showed us throughout the season that she can hit those. I mean, that's her shot.
She can hit the three, but the thing that impresses me the most about Hannah Foster is it doesn't matter where she is on the court. She is going to get the ball to the most open person available. She is probably the best passer on the team, especially in transition. So she really impresses me with her assist record more than anything.
So here we go now. Barnes going to take this one slow. They're trying to claw their way back into this one. I mean, they've done a pretty decent job. Mountain Home not scoring much since we've come out of the halftime.
Yeah, Mountain Home, that's why I said I don't want to see them at the free throw line, is because our defense is rocking now. I think they've figured out what their struggles from the first half. Just keep them off the free throw line, try and find the open space. Traveling called right there. Yeah, just got tangled up in some Lady Bombers, and, you know, she moved her feet, so just can't avoid it.
So here we are now. Here's Gilbert. Going to turn on the Jets here. She's going to try to take that open lane, decides not to, gives it to Payne. Payne finds Martin.
There's the screen.
Here's Martin, comes around, has a lot of space. Doesn't want that shot, though. She's going to back out of it instead. Oh, my goodness, a little bit of miscommunication there. Maybe forced to hand that one off to Gilbert.
That was a strange sequence right there for the Lady Bombers. Everybody was lined up right in the middle of the court. There was only one person on the outside. Nobody even thought about throwing the ball to her. It was just kind of curious right there. Nonetheless, they get the foul, and they're going to the free throw line.
Bit of a soft foul, too. She really didn't have that much contact.
I'm sure every dad in America says this, but, I mean, you can't help but think back to, you know, the 80s and stuff in the NBA when these guys were playing. My gosh, it was like football on hardwood out there.
Yeah.
And here we are, you know, 40 years later, and just a completely different ball game.
Brady, me and my buddies have some pretty fun conversations about basketball, and I think even you and me have had some conversations about how I personally feel about James Harden and the points he puts up. And me and my buddies, we've talked about it before. If Michael Jordan played in this era of basketball, that man might average 45 a game.
I would venture to say that as well. Nice three there. Carly DeHart.
Our first points of the night come from beyond the arc. And we are seeing a lot of hustle.
There you go.
There's that passing vision you mentioned earlier.
No foul.
Oh, my goodness.
Man.
And she's searching for the foul, too, right there. Has the hands up. She wants it.
Yeah,
hey, these Lady Eagles are playing hard now. Look at the determination on their face.
Yeah, well, Brooke Barnes is making her feelings known. She even got in a few words right there when the ball went out of bounds. She better be careful more than anything. But, hey, it was a fair call. There wasn't enough contact to call a foul.
I was about to say, she's showing some emotion right now. Not happy at all.
Well, look, these referees, trust me, they don't have as thin a skin as most people would think. These guys hear all sorts of things. These are some of the most professional guys in sports out there. And I'm not saying that, you know, on a professional level they compare to an NBA referee. I'm just saying professionally they're really good at their job because they have their emotions in check and they can take, you know, the chatter from the bench and from the fans and from the players. So
here's Foster. Foster beyond the arc. Thought about the three, maybe. And
foul away from the ball. I didn't see it, unfortunately. I was focusing on what they were trying to set up at the top of the key.
Not exactly sure what happened either, but Lady Eagle and a Lady Bomber ended up on the court. On the floor, excuse me.
It's a court. You can call it a court.
Okay. So here we are now. DeHart going to play Martin the best she can. Floyd going to come in and try to offer some assistance. Now here's Gilbert. Ooh, Gilbert with a behind the back.
Double dribble. There it is. Almost said traveling for some reason.
And
timeout, Mountain Home.
Coach Leonard wanting to have a few words.
All I'm gonna say is this period has belonged to the Lady Eagles. They've improved. They haven't gotten as many points as we would probably like to see, but nonetheless, they've battled back. Down 22-38 here in the third. Just under a minute left.
Here, if I'm going to break it down as simple as possible, Brady, the Lady Eagles are scoring points here in the third period. Lady Bombers are not.
Well, they've gotten a few, and that's kept their sturdy lead ahead of them. Lady Eagles have scored more, though. That's the important stat right there. We have scored more points in this quarter than the Lady Bombers. So.
But Brady, you look down there on the court, and it's almost you're just seeing more effort overall from the Lady Eagles than we saw in the first half. I mean, they're flying around.
Oh man, lost the handle.
As soon as I say that, now here's Hollis. Hollis going to try to win this one-on-one.
Good
oh,
shot.
Man.
Good reverse shot right there.
You can tell that's the one she practices.
Kate Gilbert with the bucket there. Had to say her name because that's just a great bucket right there as we got a player injured or something like that. And maybe he had a contact fallout. I'm not sure what happened there, but.
So now here's Brooke Justice. Passes over to Barnes. Barnes thought about the three. She's going to dribble out of it instead. Ooh, there we go. Seeing some contact from her. Not afraid of that. She backs up into the paint, draws the foul, draws contact. Now she'll get some shots from the free throw line.
First free throw made, 23-40 now.
And now Lady Bombers going to slow this one down. They want the last shot of the period. Oh.
Good spin move.
Oh,
finishes with the ball. I was afraid of that. Coach Dean was telling everybody to, hey, come up front, get to half court, put the heat on them. Nobody did it. Nobody was paying attention and suffer the consequences, I guess. 1.8 on the clock whenever we resume play after these free throws. Not going to get a shot away. Well, we kind of jinxed ourselves maybe there a little bit, Caden. Mountain Home keeps the double-pointed lead there, up times 2, 43-23.
So now, what we saw there early in the third period from the Lady Eagles, we're going to have to see that down the stretch here. I mean, if there's a hope, if there's anything that they can hope for is that they can play like that for an entire period here in the fourth.
If I were Tech, I would really, I mean, you really should have done this right at the beginning of the game, but I would personally make Mountain Home run the court. Run them up and down the court, wear them out, get them breathing heavy, and try and score some more points in transition. Defense is working now, I'll say that much. You know, Mountain Home is just getting the occasional point here or there, but yeah, I would try and score in transition if I could.
That's what I was going to say, Brady. For the viewer at home, if you could break down, let them know, like, what do you mean by get them running down the court?
I just mean physically. Make them run down the court. Whenever you have the ball in their hands, throw it down the court to where they're having to catch up to the ball. Make them play catch up. Because right now, you're just making them sit down low in the paint to where they're going to strip the ball out of your hands like that. Tech is fighting for it right there. They're going to keep possession of it. No, it's going to Mountain Home. Wow. I guess the arrow gave it to them.
So Lady Bombers to inbound now. Martin with it, back over to Payne. Payne searches for a second, then she decides she picks up her own dribble. Now the Eagles maybe had an opportunity to trap, but they didn't.
Ooh, could have been over back right there. Could have been over back. Have to have one side of the ball across the court than the other. It's not yourself. But it was very close to being over and back.
And so now the Lady Eagles here flocking. I mean, they're flying all over the place. And Coach Leonard not happy about it. Not happy about the execution right now.
Yeah, he's really gotten a fire lit in him here in this second half. Has really been struggling to get his team to, focus here in the second half. It seems like some mental errors have cost them some turnovers and some free points for the Lady Eagles.
Hannah Foster, bang!
I'm telling you, give it to Hannah Foster. She will find the open three.
And Foster with 6, all 6 of those coming from beyond the arc. And the Lady Bombers just maneuvering throughout this defense right now, despite the pressure, is somewhat impressive. So now we're going to see Martin take this one over to the right side now. Dish it over to Martin. Martin there. Back in the hands of Martin. She's gonna, now in the hands of Payne. Guarded by Barnes. Coach
And
Leonard.
timeout.
Call it timeout.
Thought that was a foul. It's
not
like, my
happy.
goodness, we can't even put our hands on each other anymore. No, that.
I don't know if you saw it there, Brady, but that timeout got called. Coach Leonard throwing his fist all over the place. He's not happy at all.
Well, you know, it's late in the game. They're trying to play keep away right now. Right now, the clock is the ally of Mountain Home, but it's all on them. They've got to use the clock to their advantage because anytime Tech gets the ball, they're shooting it. I mean, you're this late in the game, you're going to be shooting the ball. You're just going to be trying to get anything. So that's where we are in the game right now. So it doesn't surprise me that he was a little upset there.
So now here's Martin with it. Guarded by Barnes. Gonna force her over here to the right. Puts it down low to Yates. Yates gonna bring this one up to the elbow. Finds Gilbert. Gilbert takes a dribble, tries to put up a jumper, can't get it to fall. Here's Bates now. Bates slows down, accelerates, kicks out to DeHart. DeHart from three, too much on it. Right into the hands of Foreman. Lobs it over here to Gilbert. Gilbert going to accelerate straight into the teeth of the defense. Kicks it out to Yates. Back in the hands of Foreman. Foreman finds Jackson. Now here's Foreman. She's going to slow it down a little bit. Guarded by Justice. Searching here.
Yeah, I'm telling Brooke Justice to go after the ball. There's the traveling call.
Foreman having some troubles here in the second half. Not exactly as smooth sailing as it was in the first.
That's the thing with taller players. This is not a knock against tall people because, believe me, I'm one of them that have trouble moving their feet. So she got the fair traveling call out there.
Here's Foster. Foster, that same look we've seen her get a couple times tonight. That three she wanted, but the Lady Bombers may be picking up on that one. And strange looking Euro step there from Brooke Justice. Doesn't work out for her. So now here's Gilbert taking her time here. A jump pass over to Jackson.
Wide
Jackson
open.
from three. And, ooh, that was not a pretty jumper. And it wasn't a pretty shot either. So now here's DeHart. DeHart accelerating into the teeth of the defense. Throws up a shot. Just trying to get some contact there. She gets it. Now she'll take a trip to the charity stripe.
Yeah, 4:50 left in the game. This is what you want to see right here. When you're down by this much, you want to be heading to the free throw line a lot. And that's the thing about high school basketball. You don't have the luxury of some kid with a mop at the end of the court ready to mop up all the sweat.
You want it clean, do it yourself. Charlie DeHart gets both of those to fall. She has 5 on the night now. And a wide open Payne down low. A nice little hesitation move gets Stokes flying.
Yep, just a way to find the open man down the court. Speaking of open people, reverse layup, no good. No foul called either. And Lady Bomber is going to take it down in the corner. 3.
Bang! Just like that. Emily Payne already up into double digits on just the last 2 possessions.
I'll say this about the Lady Bombers. They haven't been down this whole game. They've kept it up ×2 the whole game.
Draw some contact from beyond the arc. And I think that means she'll be getting three shots from the charity stripe.
Yes, she will.
Can't get that first shot to fall. gets the second one to fall. And can't get that one to fall, so she gets one.
Eagle bench.
They were
Helping out the referees with their job a little bit there. Everybody pointing towards their end of the court.
I like that there. The line, or excuse me, the ref down there at the baseline couldn't get a clear sight on it. He didn't know who it was out on, so he referred to his buddy there. So now here's a shot from beyond the arc, and bang!
Nice three-pointer there.
Emma Bates gets a 3 to fall.
There's the pass down the court. 2-on-3, and Mountain Home's just going to sit on it.
About to say, Jackson showed earlier why she's not taking very many shots from beyond the arc. Didn't look very natural at it a while ago.
There's the foul. I said it right there at the beginning of the game, being down, almost 20 points. I'll say it again here at the end of the game. This is where you see who wants to play and who doesn't. Look, we all know the score. We all know where it's heading. But here's who you want. If you're the Eagle team, or if you're any team in this situation, this is where you see who wants to play. Who's going to go out there and keep the effort going all the way until the final buzzer.
And we've seen so far tonight, and if they're going to start paying attention a little bit more here, whenever number 5, whenever Jackson has the ball, you might want to foul her. And just like that, Coach Leonard noticing that too. We've noticed throughout the game, Jackson not an avid shooter from what we've seen.
No.
And then we saw her there at the free throw line. Didn't look very natural at the line either. So you're about to start getting fouled a lot here. So go ahead and pull out, put someone in who's more comfortable at the line.
Right. And trying to ice the free throw right here at the end of the game. I'll say this, we have a great turnout here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
First conference game here at home for the season. Tech boys coming off that huge buzzer beater win against Middleton last week. That was awesome to see.
It was all over the place, man.
All over the place. By the way, on 95.3, the ticket in Jonesboro, Zane Butler is up for Player of the Week. So I believe voting is still open, so everybody needs to definitely go vote for him for that.
Yeah, absolutely. You can go on Twitter. You can do it on Facebook. Just find the post, share it, and let them know who your vote is. And Brady, I loved seeing that highlight of Butler. He's showing off what we talk so much about every time we come out here and call these games. He showed that acceleration. He's not afraid to take a shot from anywhere on the court. You saw him had it out there at the top of the arc. They kind of played up on him a little too close, made one dribble. He cut straight through, threw up a little floater.
Yep. I'll say this, I think Tech was prepared to win that game because I saw the highlight from whoever was broadcasting that game. I saw people posting it on Twitter. I saw it on Facebook, from people's cell phone videos. I think everybody was prepared, especially with Zane Butler with the ball in his hands. As the 1-for-1 is good there for the Lady Eagles.
Carly Dehart now has 8 on the night.
Passing to the stands. I think she was aiming for us up here in the stands.
We could have grabbed it, Brady. We could have shook a shot.
Didn't have enough on it, though.
So now, Lady Eagles here have made the game a little interesting.
Yeah, with 3 minutes left, they finally hit they're above the 30-point mark.
Not exactly close. Some would not consider it close, but this is the closest it's been all night. And
bang.
If we keep making shots like those,
I'll say it for you, bang.
There you go. Stokes now, she's got 6 on the night. All of them coming from beyond the arc.
Almost slipped. Could have gotten a traveling call out there if she had slipped.
And, you know, they're having to turn up the heat a little bit here. This game got a little tighter all of a sudden.
Yeah, that'll raise your eyebrows if you're Mountain Home. You think you got a comfortable lead. That's the danger of having a big lead is you start slacking off a little bit. You start relaxing a little more. No, you got to keep that intensity.
And a lot can happen here in 2 minutes. I mean, they're milking the clock quite a bit here, but, I mean, if you're Tech right now, you've called your way all the way back into this game. You're hype right now. The momentum feels like it's with you as we see Yates with an easy shot.
Oh,
she misses it.
Got her own rebound, though. Tech going for the steal. It's going to stick with Mountain Home unless it went out of bounds. Did it go out of bounds?
They called the timeout.
Oh, good move right there. That's Mountain Home's last timeout, though. That's big, though. So unless there's a foul or something, clock's going to keep on running.
And while we're talking about them, Tech with 1 remaining.
All I'm going to say was, given the situation, given that you're now only, if you're Mountain Home, now that you only have a lead by 9, was it worth giving up that final timeout? Because, I don't know, in 2 minutes, they may have wished they had kept that timeout. Because I personally, from our angle up here in the stands, it looked like the ball was going to stick with Mountain Home. To me, it looked like they had possession. The arrow was still pointing towards Mountain Home at the time. As soon as they called timeout, the arrow shifted. So
Coach Leonard banking on not needing that timeout down the stretch here.
So here we go, final minute 50 of the game, and it's gotten a little more interesting.
The Lady Eagles swarming here, playing good D. Coach Dean wants him to play up, and that's what happens when you do that.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness, she didn't take the shot, though.
Yeah, a misread right there. I thought she was going to take it. But no, they don't want to give up the ball. They're going to sit on it. There's the foul right there. Yeah, just frustrating. You can see that frustration in Brooke Barnes' face.
So here we go. And, a couple of bounces.
Lucky bounce.
Well, there we go. We'll call it that.
Got the Kawhi Leonard bounce. If you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't know if there's anybody who doesn't. That one goes through smoother. So now here's Barnes.
Just a reminder, we got boys action coming up. Going to be a great game. Stick around for that one. Coming up as soon as this one concludes after a brief break.
Oh, a nice pump fake from Bates, and oh my gosh.
Timeout, Greene County Tech. I think it's wise to call that timeout because there's going to be a lot of fouling in this final minute. Tech's down by 10, 50-40. If you're Greene County Tech right now, your main goal right now is to keep possession of the ball and score quickly.
And Brady, the comment I made earlier in this game about the potential identity crisis of this team, I'm now eating my words because all we've seen this second half has been the girls flying around screens, getting the passing lanes open and finding open threes, and they've been hitting them. So.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Whenever you said that, I was like, man, that's a bold statement right there, but you may be right. We'll just have to wait and see.
But here I am now. I mean, we've seen them do it all the second half. Open mouth, insert foot.
Yeah.
I'll accept that one right there.
Hey, to be fair, this is a completely different ball game right now than what it was in the first quarter of this thing.
Absolutely. I mean, when you take a look at the box score after this game, it's going to be really interesting to see. I mean, I believe they had 7 points leaving the first period.
Yeah, it really is a shame that Tech finally figures out what they need to do to really start scoring on Mountain Home and really start competing against Mountain Home this late in the game.
Now Payne with a cut straight to the basket. I don't see her in time though. They're just sitting on the ball right now. I'm about to say they're gonna have to foul.
There's the foul.
Would you have waited that long to foul, Brady?
I don't know. I was paying attention to Coach Dean. I thought he called a timeout out of nowhere, and I was like, oh my gosh, he got a technical because they're out of timeouts. But no, he was just organizing the defense there. Well, like I said during the last timeout, there's going to be fouling in this final minute. This final minute is going to be stretched out for a while, so the foul was coming no matter what. You're 10 seconds into that final minute, so I really don't have an opinion on it, I guess. It was coming either way.
So here they are now. They've got to put a shot up. Split those free throws. Brooke Justice had a wide open three. He just didn't turn around and take it in time. So now here's Barnes. Barnes going to come around here. DeHart open for the three. Just decides to drive inside instead. Now they're going to sit on this one for a little bit.
Oh, man. May have a rolled ankle over here. Brooke Barnes down on the court. Definitely in some pain. My goodness, she took a hard fall. Couldn't see her feet. So we'll have a brief timeout here on the court. 25 seconds left.
Yeah, you hate to see that.
Yeah, definitely hate to see that. She took a hard fall, but she's grabbing at her ankle, it looks like. Leg/ankle.
Yeah. Where he's grabbing right there, that's right there in the Achilles area. That back of the ankle.
I think every sports fan gets a cold shiver down their spine whenever they hear the word Achilles.
Yeah, that's nasty, man. But you see it in basketball because see what happened was whenever that threw that ball over there, when you turn and plant like that, you just put so much stress on that.
Well, she actually got tripped up on Foreman's leg for Lady Bombers as Barnes will sit up here getting a nice applause from everybody.
See, and that's why I'm leaning towards Achilles because they're not necessarily going all the way down to the ankle. He's grabbing the back of that leg. And it could be a calf, you know.
That's what I was about to say. It could be her calf. She'll get helped off the court. Yeah, it's tender. Now, keep in mind, this is straight off the injury as they'll just carry her off the court. This is straight off the injury. So this is the worst part of the injury right here.
Speculation.
Speculation.
Absolutely. We have no clue what it is. And
she obviously did something to her leg. It could be just she rolled her ankle, or it could be something a little more severe than that. We'll just have to wait and see what we can find out.
Tried to walk off of it and then decided that wasn't the best idea. She's a little short, so they just picked her up. That was easy for them. You hate to see that, especially 25 seconds remaining in the game. That might be the worst thing to see.
Right.
Almost home and something like that happens, but hopefully she's all right. As you're going to see Gilbert bring this one up. And now here's Foreman. Now with Martin being chased by DeHart into the hands of Yates. Yates almost loses the ball into the hands of Martin. Martin gonna drive, almost loses her handle, and that should be the end of this one, and it is. The final buzzer sounds. Lady Bombers 51, your Lady Eagles 40.